Hey everyone, welcome to Angeldust Dev, another game development livestream with me, Frank Firefly Lucas, your host, and we'll be looking at some new developments in Angeldust, the action RPG for Windows, Mac, iPad, iPhone, Android, tablets and phones, Linux, Raspberry Pi, runs everywhere, cool game, some cool new stuff coming in hopefully the next update. Disclaimer as usual, everything that you will see on the screen today might not make it to the final version of the game or the final next update of the game, but we'll be taking a look at what I've been working on. There's some very exciting stuff coming. Last week we did another development live stream, it was number 8, about the Photon Mimic. It's a new Mimic block, so it will copy the visual appearance of another block in the game world, but you can actually drive it using the Photon conduit system, so it will be able to change shape and form depending on like if photons are passing by. It's a really cool block, and there were some comments saying like, hey, super cool, and there were some ideas, people sent me emails and got private messages about it. Today we're taking a look at version 2.0 of the Photon Mimic. It's basically 3.0, basically. And there's also another exciting new feature that I wanted to show you. It will be more of a demo live stream, this one, instead of a very interactive session, because I think I've got like the perfect version of the blocks worked out, and I wanted to show you. It can also act as a sort of tutorial or guideline or documentation for the future for people who want to use these blocks. And it will be pretty fun and exciting. I hope it's going to work, because I signed into the game a few moments ago and I ended up at the wrong server. There's like the production server where everyone plays, like worldwide everyone is playing on that server. And I have a testing server and I hope I end up on that one, but we'll see. We might have to try a few times. So Ron says, I'm just passing by, no problem. There are a lot of people are just passing by. I don't expect a lot of viewers today because it's sort of an ad hoc stream, but I wanted to document some of the changes that I made and how the system will work, and it will be more of a reference video than an interactive chat session. But if you want to chat, it's entirely cool, because Alexi is also here, and Alexi says, I've got the time here to get here before work. Hey, there you go, nice. Alexi, congratulations on your 1 million coins achievement this week, by the way, very impressive. Knowing the circumstances under which you achieved that goal, super impressive. 1 million coins, GG Alexi. And Niels is now going to try and play Angeldust on the Steam Deck. I think it should work. The game runs very well on Linux. So I'm going to sign into the world and we're going to start our demo here. So let's see if it works. Sign in. I'm not going to explain too much about the game because the people who are here know about the game. This is more, like I said, more of a reference video for these new features. This is definitely the right server that we're now on. I want to go to the Spaces Green. Let's see, Spaces Green testing location. We're going to abuse that a little bit. And Ron says, I just finished watching a movie and it was... it made me feel tired. Okay, so come here for some energy. We're going to use photons and energy systems. It's going to be all energy here. Yeah, we're going to use these testing grounds for the new features. So let's make some room here. These used to be photon conduits, this glass, but then I implemented actual conduits. I think we can get rid of most of the stuff. So this is going to be me digging for a few minutes here. Please bear with me. I'll also open up the Twitch chat and the Steam chat, by the way. So if you want to chat on those platforms, it's super cool. I'm here for you. Steam hasn't picked up the stream just yet. We'll probably follow suit quickly. So what we'll be looking at today is the Photon Mimic. Last week we did a demo where it was working really well. I think we can take a look at that bamboo door over there. So the Photon Mimic is a new block that allows you to copy or imitate the appearance of a different block in real time. So it will work on low-end devices and it will work everywhere. And it's more flexible than the old Mimic, though the old Mimic has got the advantage that you can make it climbable if you want. So both of the blocks can coexist. Not gonna lie, the new Photon Mimic is definitely a bit more versatile, so it's definitely the go-to block for copying effects and stuff. This was a Photon Mimic, by the way, it's got the yellow stuff. So we made this demo. Let's remove these as well, and these stairs. As you can see, the game is all about a voxel world where you can create cool stuff. This thing is actually going to work today, so we'll take a look at that in a few moments. Here we go, let's remove these as well. Yeah, that's pretty clean. Yeah, so we made this system last time in the dev stream. This is supposedly a footpath that you can walk along. We can't go through these bamboo blocks, and the footpath is on the other side of the bamboo blocks. So if we trigger the machine, we should see a photon spawn, and boom, there you go. A door instantly appears. Now you might ask, what is this magic? This is the photon mimic. Let's use the block picker, the pointy stick here. Photon mimic, as you can see, is the block type. It's available, so we can actually equip it. And these are 2 photon mimics, so these toggle between the bamboo state and the door state. So if you press the conduit one more time, like this, here we go, bloop. We get bamboo back, and we can't go through the door anymore. And I will show you, because people are disbelievers, they are non-believers. You can actually walk through this door once it's opened up. There you go. So there you go, that's the photon mimic block. This is what we saw last time. So basically what the photon mimic block does is it allows you to set 2 states for it, and it will toggle between them. So let's try it out for a moment. Or shall I tell you the trick? I will tell you the trick that we have this week. We have a new trick. The photon mimic can now actually toggle between 3 states. So not 1, like a regular block, not 2 states, like the photon mimic already did, but it can now toggle through 3 states. And that allows you to create some very nice visual effects. So let's make a very tiny demo here. We're going to remove the door. The door is a very nice demo, I like it. It's visually appealing because you can see the change between the bamboo and the door. But that was last week. This week we're going to make something different entirely. Again, it's going to be a short demo today of this new feature, but I want to get some feedback, like is this the correct way to go? Is this useful for builders? So far I think it's very useful for builders, but we'll take a look. Alright, I think we need to make a loop out of this, so let's make a loop here. Just because we can. It's nicer if we make it look loop, so we're going to make it loop. Like this. This is inspired by a demo by Hum. Oh, I also did it wrong. Oh, don't worry about it, we can do it. So we're going to place a photon mimic, and we're going to switch it between 3 states. Or maybe 2 states for the initial demo. So let's make one that toggles between cinder blocks, and the secondary state is going to be something colored very differently. So let's go with the golden grate here, for instance. And now we get an optional 3rd entry box, so we could set a 3rd state, but let's not do that. Let's just say, okay, cinder blocks to gold. That's cool. Next to it, we'll make a cinder blocks. This is new this week. Last week you saw me struggle with all of these boxes and all of these entries. It will remember the last photon mimic that you placed, so we can just enter here, cinder blocks, another golden grate. And now this time, this block will also toggle to a, let's use a reddish color here, to the red paving tiles. There we go. So even though these look the same, and they are both, if we use the block picker, let's use the block picker here. They're both photon mimics, as you can see. That's the block type, but they do appear as cinder blocks at the moment. Once we activate this machine, you will see the left block toggle between cinder blocks and the secondary block state that we chose, so that's the golden grate. And that will be all, so it will toggle between 2 states. And this one will toggle between 3 states. Let's go. I hope this loop works. So it now turned into the golden grate. Now this one is back to the cinder blocks, this one is the paving tiles. This one is back to the grate, this is now the cinder blocks. See, so they will be switching state like +1 each time that the photon passes by. And sometimes they will be in the same state because 2 times 3, after 6 iterations they will be in the same position. But this left one is now actually toggling to the paving tiles as well. It's magic. It's magic, right? We now have 3 states. So what you can use this for is making super cool visual stuff. Because this is just a dumb demo on the floor. You can use this now with 3 states to make animations and some super cool stuff that I haven't even thought of. So if you place a few more of those same ones as are here over to the right, let's do it quickly. We were too late. See, we can just copy the photon mimic, and now we have all of these blocks just changing state. I wanted them to be in sync. They are not. They are not in sync. So let's stop the machine here. Okay, the machine is stopped. Now let's do them all the same style, and you will see what you can make with this. Alexi says cool. So let's spam this. This should work. I move the mouse. Okay. Don't move the mouse. It's a bit too fast now. So all of these blocks will now change between those 3 states. Let's connect the conduit again. Fire up the machine. Boom. Oh wow. Oh wow. See, because they all have the same 3 states, they will toggle between all of the 3 same blocks. So that's a very this is a very simple color changing square now. Super cool, super cool. Of course, the photon mimic doesn't stop there. You can use any block type or cell thing that you have unlocked. So if you place something on top of the conduit, for instance, let's make a new one here. You're not restrained to blocks. You can also use the vegetation. So if we wanted to have a tiny tree over here, like a birch tree, turning into a gold block. Where is it? Treasure. There we go. And then from the treasure, we don't want a second state. So this is going to be either a tree or a gold block. Here we go. Boom. You can even hear the coins ring. And now it's a tree. And now it's a gold block. And now it's a tree. And now it's a gold block. Super useful. Super impressive. Anyway, it's still a photon mimic. Because if we use the pointy stick, you will see it will say photon mimic because that's the actual block that's there. So photon mimic, and it appears as the treasure and it appears as the tree. Last week we also showed you that the photon mimic will connect to nearby photon mimics, but it will not connect to the world, but it will connect to the world if it's complicated. It allows for new building possibilities. And Greaves asks, why 3 states? Why not 4, 5 or just 2? Last week we had 2, and it seemed more flexible and more fun to have 3. With 4 or more, I run into some technical problems. So 3 is the most that I cram out here. Or put in at the moment. So maybe there will be more states in the future, but 2 was already trying to push it. Like with real-time rendering, it was a very invasive architectural change for the game. But it works, and it looks really good, because these blocks really change in real time. So once the game knows that the block has changed, it will not delay any rendering of it. It will re-render it, and it will appear in the new state. That didn't used to be in the game, so that's a very new rendering improvement that's never been in the game, and it's a truly remarkable expansion of the game that I never knew would come. And 3 states, that is pushing it. It's to do with the server-side tracking of like the state of the blocks. But hey, we got it. Oh yeah, that's another cool thing that Alexi says. It will change physical shape. So with the 3 states, it will there will be mismatches between physical states if you use the same physical height for blocks. But what you can do, it will actually change physicality as well. So if we select a full block for one state, it can toggle between full, thin block and empty block. So let's have a full bricks block, and then we change it into a thin. Let's see if we can find one. We change it into a thin marble capital. I like it. And then we use a sticker or something that has no physicality to it. Where is it? Not sure if this is going to be the best demo. We could even use the empty sticker, so it will disappear entirely. But where is the empty sticker? I know I unlocked it last time. Once you know the numbers, it's a little bit easier. There we go. 332, that's transparent for me. Okay, so this is a fully solid bricks block, then a thin marble capital, then it will disappear. See, I can move through this. Now it's a full bricks block. Now it's a small capital, and now I will fall through the floor. Boom, now it's gone entirely. So, how about blinking lights? You as the blinking light. How about a blinking person? All of those features are possible. Check this out. Here we go. So we're going to stand on the bricks, check it out one more time, and then we fall down because the marble is smaller, and then it disappears. Wow. Wow, 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 wowie. Wowie. So amazing, so amazing. Cool stuff. That's the photon mimic. 3 states. It's equally great as last time, but now it's got 3 state. 3 state photon. Very good, Photon. Alright, let's remove all of this stuff. And now we move on to the second part of the demo, which is going to blow your mind. So Photon Mimic, it's a genius feature. 3 states makes it really flexible and it will allow for dynamic stuff. But here we go. How about blinking lights? The lights can also be toggled on and off, and we're going to take a look at that now. So suppose you have a house. We're going to build a very simple house. I am really bad at this, but we're going to build a house just because I can. This is one of the outside walls. And then we make a wooden ceiling. See, I'm really good at this. I'm really good at this. This is our house. Nice house, right? We need a window frame, let's see. Boop. And to make sure that this is the inside of the house, we're going to add some blinds. We're going all out here. No expenses are being spared. Let's buy some window blinds. Curtains. I like the cream ones. Here we go. Hector Roland says, oh my mind, and just before bed, at least I don't have to log in. Indeed, this is... I'm playing on a different server, Hector, but check this out. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to change your world forever. So this is the inside of the house. This is the outside of the house. We can even add some shutters. Now that I'm going all the way. Shutters on the outside, blinds on the inside. They call me the house man. Right, so previously what you had to do, and this is going to blow your mind. If you wanted to have a lamp that you could make blink, just like Spaces Green said, you would add a photon block in the ceiling. Then you would have to wire a conduit, because you need to be able to activate the lamp. Let's use the indirect targeting because I'm cool like that. And then you would have to sort of like hide away this conduit somewhere in the wall. So suppose there's another wall over here. Like I said, I'm a very talented builder. Oh, oops. Even talented builders make mistakes. I followed the Spaces Green masterclass very closely because I'm cool like that. There we go. We definitely made the conduit not appear to the viewer here. There we go. We have the conduit. It's in the floor. Let's make a nice floor as well. We're going to use some cloth here. Cloth. Which one? See, this is actually house. This is a house floor. This has got carpeting all over. Wow. Wowie. And now we place a photon injector thing because we need to activate the machine. Ignore that. Ignore that. So this is a light that you can toggle on and off. This is what is already in the game. The photon will travel up and the light turns on. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. That's the blinking lights space. And Alexi says, maybe do interface for choosing the block as inverter. Not sure what you mean, but you can shoot a remover photon in here. So a remover photon will always switch the photon mimic back to state 1. This makes it possible to make secret doors that require a password. Yes, it was already possible with the photon block, because the photon block will have physicality as well. So we can toggle the light off. Boop. See? Wow. Super cool stuff. Hello Firefly, hi Kertek, how are you doing? But now, the change in the next update. If it rolls out. This looks like Patrick Bateman's floor. Hey, you look like Patrick Bateman's floor. He's having a friend for dinner or whatever. Anyway, Anonymous, welcome. So what if you could just get rid of this altogether? Because it's not too aesthetically pleasing. Let's get rid of all of this stuff. We're going to select the pointy stick, the block picker. And we do it one more time to make the walls. Oh, yeah, nice walls, Firefly. Let's go. Bricks. There we go. So we can have another window. Let's go all out here. We're going to have another window. Same color. Do we put the same blinds on? Sure. And then we put on the same shutters. Just like this. Yeah, this is the Spaces Green building masterclass that you've always wanted. Let's dig my house out of the ground. Okay, buy shutters. This demo is insane. So, there we go. Nice house, Firefly. So we've got an entirely decorated house, but now we still want to turn the light on and off. How do we do it? My love game, Angeldust. There you go, bye. It's like fiber optics to test fun ideas and light the landscape underground and build a top and around. Yes, entirely true. But what if you didn't have to do it? What if you did not have to do it? I'm going to show you a trick. The eagle-eyed nice housen, Firefly. Dankeschön, dankeschön. The pointy stick, eagle-eyed viewers have already noticed this. The pointy stick now shows you coordinates instead of only the block type. So if you move outside for a bit, see at the bottom of my screen it says bricks. That's the block type, the thing that I'm pointing at. If I click, you will equip that block because I've got it available. That's the blue text, slightly to the bottom and to the left of the bricks thing. But new is the, and I'm going to call this a local coordinate. That's the coordinate of the block within the land claim that we're in. You can now officially, well, not at the moment, but you will hopefully soon be able to, TM, registered trademark, you will soon be able to hopefully wirelessly trigger photon stuff. And you will need the local coordinates. It will be within a land claim, you can wirelessly trigger photon stuff. So as you can see, this coordinate is 14, 20, 11. It's XYZ, so that's east, west, north, south, and like the elevation level within the land claim. So higher up stuff will be will have higher coordinates. For instance, this tower is at 30, see? And these coordinates are gray because they are not in the same land claim, but once you're in the same land claim, it will be in yellow. So if we want to wirelessly enable or toggle this block, it's at 12, 19, 12. See? 12, 19, 12. So 12, 19, 12. Remember those numbers. Remember those numbers. That's the block that we're going to wirelessly trigger. So we don't need to have any conduits anymore. Not in this wall, not in the ceiling, not above, not beyond, not whatever. You can have an infinite amount of these. We're just going to make a very nice trigger for this one. We're still going to have to use the photon injector or remover. That's still the trigger block that you use for it. But they will now be able to wirelessly activate stuff. So we can have a nice house, a nice floor, and all stuff. Yeah, there will be a wireless LAN update in Angeldust. It's exactly like that. It's exactly that. Crunchy just woke up at the right time. And here we go. And here we go. And here we go. We're going to place this photon injector. We don't even have to place it inside of the house, but hey, it's always nice to have a light button or a light switch within your house. So let's make a bit more room so it looks good. There we go. Here we place it. Anyone still know the numbers? 12, 19, 12, I think it was. Boom, there we go. No conduits, no routing, no headaches, no weird aesthetics, and hopefully it still works. Let's step on the button. Wow. Wowie. Wowie. Hey, Soda, welcome. Thanks for joining. Like I said, it's great that you say hi, but you're free to go anytime. One more time. Bloop. Wowie. Wowie. Wowie, wowie, wowie. That is so good. A wireless lamp. No conduits, no routing. It's the best. See? No conduits. It's magic. Wowie. Wowie. That's super cool. That's super awesome. You can have an unlimited amount of these injectors or removers tied to specific blocks. And like this is the photon block and it works really well. But what? But what if we now replaced the photon block with a photon mimic? Check this out. We are going to use the wooden planks. Here we go. The wooden planks of the ceiling. And this is exactly what Kamikaze Justice wanted. but I couldn't tell that it was coming to the game because I didn't know it was coming to the game. But here we go. We need to go to 400 or so for 420 to get the lantern block. 422, there we go. And the third one is going to be, we're not going to use the third state. So now we have a nice ceiling. A nice ceiling without lighting. And Alexis says, I think it could be different. I have better concept in my mind later in PM. No. This is what it is. This is what it is. It could be better, but this is what we can make. This is only what we can make. This is it's not Bluetooth. It's not Wi-Fi. It's Angeldust. Like the magical dust will transport the electrons and the photons. Hey. Now one thing that you notice is that it takes a little bit for this light to turn on, but it will turn on. I mean, it should, right? Yeah, there we go. So there's a bit of a delay. This wireless connection isn't as super. Gonna have to go. We'll rewatch. Oh, see you later, Soda. Thanks for dropping by. Have a nice weekend in advance and like have fun today. Have fun. Switch it off. Switch it off. Whoop. Lamp is off, and very soon. Firefly needs to get better internet. Yes, indeed. Okay, so there's a bit of delay. Maybe I will be able to reduce this delay a bit. With the photon block, you saw an instant change. I'm not sure if I want it to be like that. It's a bit of a different system. But hey, you can now have nice lanterns. And it emits light, yes. And you can even have different colored lights. Oh! Ruan, because of the tri-state feature. And notice that I even removed the block. I removed the photon block with a photon mimic, and the wireless connector, the wireless connection is still there. So it still knows to trigger that block. Here we go. Wooden planks into a large lantern block. And we want some moody lighting for when things get intense. So we also want some red light. Oh. Oh yeah. I should hire you to make something like this for me in my world. We could look at that, Crunchy. Okay. No lamp, press the button. A nice lamp, and let's wait for the light to catch up. Here we go. Hey, I'm not complaining. I've got wireless lights here. And now, just like some of those lights that you see in the shops, you can turn the color to be different. It will now be red light. Ooh. Ooh. We can turn the lamp off again. See? Wow. Wowie. 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 This is so good. It is nice. But here can be one more thing about wireless. Just explain. Okay, you are absolutely right, Ruan. You are absolutely right. Now, what if... Because I can already hear the questions. What if you wanted to have multiple blocks change? So let's make 2 lamps. We're going all the way here. 2 of those same lamps that we just had. The definition is still saved, so we can just enter through this dialog. We'll have 2 lamps. Not 1, but 2 lamps. And then we just place a local conduit on top. And now what we're going to do is we're going to shoot a photon into one of the conduits, and it will actually connect to the other one. So we don't have to have a conduit from the injector, but we do have to wire the machinery locally. So now we need to update this because it needs to target 1 block above, so it's not 12, 19, 12, but 12, 19, 13. I will explain. This will be explained later on. So we now shoot a photon wirelessly into this conduit. Let's get the pointy stick. 12, 19, 13, you see the coordinate, so I was actually right because it's like the Z coordinate is 1 higher, and it will spread to that conduit. So we will now have 2 lamps in conjunction. Here we go. 2 lamp. Wow. Wowie. 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 Wireless to 2 blocks. Wowie. And these are the regular lamps. Now we switch to the moody lighting. There we go. Woo! Wowie, wowie, wowie. Wait a bit, wait a bit. There we go, wait for it. Nice. Wowie. So that's cool, right? Okay, so there's a bit of That Z fighting, yeah, that's always been there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. One more time, we switch the lighting off. Boom. Wowie. Wowie. Now, I've heard people say, and everyone says, I'm having so much ideas. Next up, we do the same stuff, we do the same thing, except this time it's different. We're now going to do something insane. Do we want to make it really insane or not? I will do a simple insane thing first. So suppose that you have a door. A house usually has a door, right? And we can do the same thing. We can do the exact same thing. We're going to place a local conduit here. Like this. So we can target 2 blocks. 1 block. Remove the injector here. So we're going to make a hidden door here. Or a locked door. Let's have a big lantern to demonstrate this. And we're going to make a floor path here. To illustrate that we're going to be walking through this. Do we want horizontal or vertical? I have no idea. Nope, this one. See, this is our walking path. This is our way outside of the house. Nice, brah, nice. And now we are going to make a door that can be sort of like locked or not. We use the photon mimic to switch between, let's see, let's use bricks as the standard appearance. Bricks. Next up. We're going to use a panel, which is around 200 or so, I think. Let's make a regular wooden door. I like those. Maybe with a slight color to it. Let's see, which one shall we choose? A white door? Yes, I can dig it. We don't use the third state. And we place another one. Boom, boom, boom. Bada bing, bada boom. There is no door in this house. Now what do we do? So we're going to shoot a photon into, let's say, the top part of this conduit, which is at 142210. And check this out. I intentionally didn't show this feature before. Instead of having to remember those coordinates, what you should do or what you can do is select the photon injector. This isn't required, but this is the workflow that I use. Select the photon injector, the one that you're going to place. Point your stick at something. You don't even have to equip the block, just point your stick and it will remember the last coordinates that you were picking at, the last coordinates that you were aiming at. So 142210, as you can see, is the coordinate of this block. So we just switch from the photon injector to the stick and then back from the stick to the injector. We place the injector and it will remember 142210. It will already fill it in. There you go. So this block, this injector, let me use the stick. This injector is now tied to this block. And now we can actually, so you don't have to remember coordinates, you just point, place, bam, done. That's super impressive. From the people who played around with this, including me, it's very intuitive. It makes things so much easier. Wow, the door just appeared. And now we press it again. And the door disappears. And we can't even move through it. Wowie. Wowie, how do we even? See, it's just a bit of a visual demo. So, here's the thing. You still use the conduits to make sort of localized machines, to have multiple block effects be tied to each other. But you only, you don't have to wire a conduit all the way anymore. And you can even chain wireless devices. So, we can do that. We can do that. We can chain wireless stuff together. It's insane what you can do with this system. Because I will show you that you can activate this thing with something else. And how are we going to do it? We make another injector. Let's make another injector. And again, we use the pointy stick. Yeah, my default keybinds are not good for this. So I need to go back to the stick. Okay. Injector, so we point at this one. We want to have an injector that triggers that injector. So we're going to place it over here, like on the far side of the claim here. It remembers the coordinates. So I believe if I, like the door is now closed, right? If I press this button, it will wirelessly transmit to that injector over there. I think it's going to work. Probably not, but... Is the door open now? Door not open. What am I doing wrong? This should have worked, but it didn't. Oh no, I know why it doesn't work. It doesn't work because it doesn't work at all. It only triggers injectors. You can't directly trigger an injector, you need a ball for that. So we need to have a photon faucet. That's the way it works. I forgot. So we need to have a ball drop on that one. So let's have a ball dropper over here. This is just a demo thing. So again, we use the pointy stick. Let's select the pointy stick. We want to target this one, 11, 21, 12. And, 11, 21, 12. And then we use an injector. This demo got a bit more convoluted than I wanted, but don't worry about it. So if you press this button, the ball will trigger the other one. Check it out. And now it works, and now it works. There's probably something I'm missing here. Maybe this should work a different way, but it's the way that it works currently. So you can trigger multiple remote blocks. So if you wanted to get rid of this photon conduit, you would be able to have 2 injectors tied to each of these individual blocks and trigger them using the faucets. We can make a short demo or a simple demo out of that. Let's try it. Let's try it. Because I want you to see that you can make this... You can even move the machine out of the way, sort of. So let's make an actual wall over here. Now we need 2 injectors, so let's select the injector block. Now let's get the pointy stick. 14, 21, 9. That's the bottom one. 14, 21, 9. Let's make 2 injectors. 14, 21, 9. This is the bottom one, and this is the top one. 14, 21, 10. So these will trigger those door blocks individually. So if I step on this one, the upper one changes, as you can see, and the bottom one. Now what we do is to make 2 balls, and then we add a conduit. Now we need to trigger these. So if we select the coordinate of one of these, like both of them will drop a ball on both of these. So let's select the right one, 2, 27, 10, and place the injector back in the house. Where's the injector? 2, 27, 10. I think that's okay. So the hidden machinery, this stuff you can just hide in a different wall or so. It's just a few blocks. It's not that impressive. But if we click on the button now... it doesn't work. Why does only the... Oh, the balls are too close together. The balls are too close together. That's the problem. We need to... there can be only one ball at the same time, so we need to have a little bit of a delay. This is going to be a bit of a dumb setup. Okay, so maybe there are some things that we can... this is not going to work. There we go. So the photon will spawn here. Let me get the pointy stick. The photon will spawn here. It will trigger this ball immediately. Then it will travel upwards and then it will spawn that ball. So it will have a little bit of a delay to the second block. But don't worry about it. Still not. Oh, why not? Why not? Lamau. These are the best demos. I haven't... This demo is super improvised, so I haven't even tested this myself. I just hoped that it would work. But it didn't. Let's give it like a bit more room. Will it work like this in the final version? Probably. Good luck. Good luck with the system. We need to change one of the blocks, so let's step on this one. Okay, here we go. One more time. Ayy. Ayy. Okay, there will probably be a better system for this if you actually put in some brain time. See you later, Alexi. See, so you can actually have a nice door that doesn't expose the photon conduit to the build itself. I will say though that the other example of the conduit right next to the door, that works a bit better. So that's about what I wanted to show you. The wireless photons, it works really well. It's a very nice new addition. Not having to wire a conduit to the machine anymore. It's just a great addition. To make inter-chunk communication, because I think Alexi asked, can you do this between claims or between like chunks or claims? No, they will only wirelessly transmit within the same claim. But you can of course always make a conduit that spans chunk boundaries. So if you build a conduit here and a conduit over there, the photon will travel to the other chunk or to the other claim as usual. So wireless transmission only works within the chunk. To keep it local, it's a sort of local wireless network. It will not traverse claim boundaries, because then you would be able to troll your neighbor and say like, okay, I'm going to activate his lamp from the comfort of my home. So it's localized for a reason. This is your claim, this is your claim, do within it what you want, but you cannot wirelessly influence your neighbor. If they do not have a photo conduit connecting to yours, you cannot troll them. So one thing that you can do though is troll in the village. You have a house in the middle of 3 claims? Yeah, you can troll in the village. So if we, like what I wanted to show you was this, the wireless transmission, the pre-filling using the pointy stick. You can even make this persistent. That's a feature we haven't looked at, but we have a demo of that coming up. If you place a wireless transmitter or even a local transmitter, this will also work locally. If you add a exclamation mark in the box, this will be a local, because it doesn't have a coordinate, it will just be a regular old school injector, but it will be persistent. Once you visit the area, the machine will activate. So this way you don't have to have NPCs anymore to trigger machinery. The injector will always be active. It will always, like when people visit your build, the machine will trigger to be on. If it's already running, it will keep running. If it wasn't running, if it got like unloaded, it will load in and it will be activated automatically. And this even works wirelessly. So even if this had a coordinate, you can just add an exclamation point and it will also trigger when people are not there and it gets loaded in. So that way you can have stuff that's always active. So let's go troll the village. That's one of the first, like the next demo that I want to show you. If I go to my house, there are these demo machines in the village. See, this is sort of the ball dropper. See, this is the ball dropper machine. We can wirelessly troll this thing. So if we select the pointy stick and then we select the photon, we can even use this to select the injector, like this. So this is at 928.6, so you can troll a bit in the village. I can build on my house an injector that will trigger that machine. So instead of having to trigger the machine over there, I can press this button and the ball will drop. See? So that's a bit of trolling that you can do in the village. It's not much because there are only 2 houses in a single claim in the village. And there's only 1 machine in that claim. So you can only troll 1 machine. But it's just a bit of fun you can have, just to illustrate that it's possible. This system works with all of the photon blocks. So it works with, the wireless transmission works with the conduit, the photon block, the faucet, the counter, the imitator, the photon mimic, and like if you shoot something into a conduit, it will spread out naturally, just like the regular photon system. As we saw, you cannot directly address a injector. That's to prevent infinite recursion and to prevent making a chain, like an insane loop of like one injector pointing to the other. So that will require a ball if you want to do an injector style thing. So to chain wireless, you need balls. I can show you the counter. So let's place a counter over here. It's got a 0 value to it. Then we use pointy stick to get the injector. And then pointy stick 22, 21, 4. It's just double checking because it will actually give us the right coordinate. If I press this button, the counter will increment. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on and so forth. I think you get the idea here. And on the transition back to 0, it will drop a ball. So there you go. That's it. Now we can take a look at one more demo that Obi has made. 2 demos even. 3 demos, 4 demos. We'll take a look at demos that Obi has made. I need to go into secret hidey mode for a moment. So I hope you cannot see me, because this is super secret. This is top secret. Secret stuff. Can you see me? No, you can't. That's good. But we're back, we're back. Here we go. So we're back on the bridge. We took a look at this demo again last time. It still works. The drain gang, the tagging. Like, let's activate it. The clan will appear and they will tag the bridge. And because this uses the photon mimic, the new photon mimic, you can have different block states, and it's a bit more detailed than the old version, the hacky version. Clan tag is on there. They dip, they run away. It's what you would expect. Once they are gone, we reset the machine. They be gone. Here we go. Awesome. And this instantly the blocks change shape, and the texture, like the way that this was built, the texture remains. Really cool demo machine. But now we're going to walk into an area where a permanent machine is running. So let's take a look at that. So this has got the persistence set on it, and it will be activated by default. I can faintly hear balls. So what Obi did was make a campfire with moving smoke. And it's pretty genius, because again the machine is exposed over here. So you can see all of the balls dropping. Like, this is the innards first. Also don't mind the water, it's my different texture. So you can see some wireless balls being dropped, or balls being dropped onto wireless transmitters here. And it was activated like by using the persistence system. So this right injector has got the persistence flag set, so it will activate once we get here. And as you can see, there's a lot of photon mimics here that toggle between smoke and empty state, so the smoke will actually appear to be animated. You could of course increase the FPS of this, because as you can see the blocks, the balls, they are being dropped with 2 blocks apart or so. So there's probably a way to make this even more fluid, so you can have a higher frame rate in the block animation itself. But already this is something that you would never be able to make in old Angeldust. A thing that triggers automatically, you could hack that with NPCs, but something that wirelessly, like without any wires, without any conduits, changes shape, and like this, doesn't exist, didn't exist. So we've got friend, buddy, and a guy just sitting along here. Let's join them for a moment and watch the nice smoke. I think the photon, so you will see the photon that triggers these blocks. I think the photon even works with the fire theme. It's white and yellow, sort of like fire sparks that come off of this. And of course Obi is known for crazy contraptions and wacky photon machinery. This one looks oddly simple in a way. See, it's just a loop of a photon and it triggers 5 balls, that's all. So it's probably 5 photon mimics that we have here. Let's use the pointy stick. Obi is known for crazy, period. True, true. Photon mimic, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think it's 5 photon mimics. And that gives this illusion of the smoke actually rising and changing shape. Obi said it's a very simple demo, it's not super advanced, but I think it's pretty advanced and I think it's pretty cool. I'm also not sure if this uses different states, so if this uses tri-state photons or just double state. I think the middle one just toggles between empty and full. And maybe they all do. Yeah, I think they just toggle between being smoke and being empty. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's smoke empty. And that already gives a very nice effect. You could even toggle smoke color or something like that. But then, Obi made this thing. And I'm not sure how to explain this. I'm not sure if it's in a saved state, in a workable state. The idea behind this machine is, you can see the arrow over here. I'm not sure if it's clear enough. There's another arrow somewhere over here, I believe. Oh yeah, here's the arrow. That points to the right. You can also see that the conveyor belts are pointing to the right. The idea between this machine, or behind this machine, is that you have a stack of marble. This is a stack of marble that gets transported over the conveyor belts into the machine. This machine has got a mechanical piston that will move up and down. Hey, this is the theoretical concept. We'll try to activate it in a few moments. The thing will push down on the marble, turn it into sand, because that's like ground marble is sand-ish, sort of. And then the sand will get transported into the sand pile. That's the idea. It's the first time I saw this machine, I was going crazy. And of course, hey, let's activate it and see what happens. Hopefully we can see some of the animation. I think this is the on button. Let's press it. Things are happening. So let's take a look at it from afar. So you will see the sand gets transported to the right. The piston is definitely moving down. It's now pressing into the block. It's turned into sand. Now the sand should move to the right again. Yeah, there we go. There's a new marble under the piston. It pushes down again. Oh, this machine makes my head hurt. You can even see sort of in between state when the marble transitions into sand. It's turned into the cracked dirt, but you can see the piston moving up and down. I have no idea how this machine was made, but it's using the tri-state photon mimic to make the piston animation. So it's now actually up in the air. It's now going down. It's now actually pressing into the block, as you can see. Just take a look at like the... What? How does it even work? And Obi made this machine without sound, so they didn't even hear these sounds, but you can hear all kinds of clacky, twanging noises going on here. Hello horse, are you enjoying the machine? Yeah, so this is pretty insane. This was also a very early demo of what you could do. I think is very impressive. With a bit of experience with the system, with the photon mimic system combined with the wireless transmission. This was made before wireless, so that's why you see the conduit in the background, but this was made using like the older technology. If you used wireless for this, I'm pretty sure it would look even better in a way, if it could be better. But anyway, there's a moving machine here that is really cool. I think the piston is definitely the highlight, so you can see sort of the horizontal part, like where it moves up and down. With it, it's pretty cool. See, now it goes down, now it presses into the block, and now it will go up again. How does this even work? How? Wowie. Wowie. And all the while the smoke is still changing shape and everything is moving, everything is working. So these are some photon mimic demos. This one was before wireless. Wowie. We have the barber pole, which is now tri-colored as well. I'm not sure if this demo works. I'm going to trigger the machine here. So this should spin in 3 colors now, instead of having only white and red. Show me how it works. Hey Alexei, weren't you at work? So that's the barber pole. That's good. And Obi made a secret door. So the fact that I just told you doesn't take away from the fact that there's a secret door over here. So let's see if we can get through. It's not this one. It's this one. I'm not sure if you actually want this, but hey, you can make a secret door if you're so inclined. Also, nice texture, bro. Okay, so if we stand here, we've got all kinds of craziness going on. We've got secret doors, we've got a spinning barber pole. We have a marble grinding machine that turns it into sand. We have a campfire that has got moving animated smoke with it. Like the machine is over here. Doom, doom, doom. It's working, it's whirling, it's whirring, it's doing it. The pheasant is going to get cooked. It's going to be amazing. Show me how this works. I have no idea, Alexi. It uses photon mimics. That's about as much as I can tell you. If I use pointy stick, you can see that these are photon mimics. And they probably toggle between this marble column state and a steel column state, steel rod state, and then another steel rod state, that's a column or a girder. And this one has got a golden table leg or something attached to it, or chair leg. And these are all photon mimics toggling between the marble and the conveyor belts, I believe. Has to be, because these change. See, the marble block moves over to the right. It's... How does it even work? You have to show me. I can see that there's a big photon conduit going underneath, so that probably triggers everything from the right to the left, and that probably branches off into the piston thing. But the fact that it even works at all, I'm amazed. I'm amazed. The only thing that I know is that the on button is over to this side. Here, this is how it works. See? This is how it works. Things are moving, things are going. I'm not sure if you can activate it again. I'm not going to mess this up, because I'm not crazy like that. But that is the Photon Mimic demo by Obi. And I'm not sure if we can go to this account. Let's see. This is a fake hum. And I think right outside of the village there's a demo here as well. It's not real hum, by the way. Pointy stick. Can any character use the pointy stick? Yeah, everyone can use the pointy stick. Pointy stick is for everyone. So here we have one more Photon Mimic demo. This doesn't really show the wireless, but here's a few loops of blocks. Sleep tight, everyone. The stream will end in 5 minutes, so if you can stick around, you can make it to the end. This is just a color changing thing, so it's now green and then it will turn red. See you, everyone. Have a nice weekend. Pointy stick is in the shop, Crunchy. It's available from the shop. You probably already have it. So this is sort of a progress bar that changes color. Alexis says, my life ends in 5 minutes. Ooh, rip. This is a Italian flag stretched out, mixed together. It's the best. And then it turns back into a lamp. Wow. Wowie. Anyway, it's another demo, sort of like what I demonstrated earlier. And I have no idea what these other machines do. Shall we press one button, see what happens? Okay. Okay. Here we have another button we can press. Boom. This uses balls, but it doesn't do anything. And here's another machine. Let's go. We have cheese. I think this is just another demo of blocks changing color. I see no super crazy wacky things going on here. So I think this is the demo that we have here. I don't see... Oh, there's a block up top that changes color. See? That one over there. I can't do a pixel zoom here, but you can see the lantern turn on and off. And it's probably tied to that ball below. Wait, if we get a bit more distance between us. You can see sort of to the bottom left, there's this ball dropping on that injector. It's very hard to see, but there's a ball dropping on the injector, and that's probably the thing toggling the block at the top of the claim. That block over there. things are definitely happening. Anyway, that's another machine, another demo machine. Let's go back to my house. Let's go back to the house. Here we go. And I think that's about it for the demo. So we went over all of the things. Tri-state photon mimics, it's the best. You can have like 50% more block states instead of 2. That's cool. See if anyone has chatted on Steam. No, not so far. Yuki has posted on Twitch. I'm not sure if that message was already there, but hey, welcome. It's a octopus of sorts. So we took a look at that. We had the wireless demo. We had the pointy stick demo that it will actually pre-fill the coordinates, which is very useful. We have the single block demo, the multiple block demo, the multiple wireless block demo. You can build upon all of this to make something really cool and amazing, which Obi already did, because that machine, that marble grinding machine, that's just insane. And I'm really glad that I could show it on the live stream here. So we did the lighting, we did the multiple block door thing. Wow, we make a door appear out of thin air, and you don't even see the machinery to it. Wow. Lights that change color, that's also a very cool application of this technology. So let me know what you think. I think this is about ready to make it into the game. There's a few more things that I want to polish, but in all I believe this system really adds upon the existing photon system, makes it more flexible. Photon Mimic, definitely an amazing block to introduce to the game for new building effects and tricks. Overall, I think this will be a huge addition for the building community. You can just make lively things combined with the persistence of the injector, so you can enable an injector by default when people get near. That's just so good. You don't have to have an NPC trigger machinery anymore. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. Wow. Wow, and this works on all devices. Other games might have lag or like a delay before things change color or shape or whatever, but this is all instant and it works on Android devices as well as like Windows gaming PCs, on the Mac, on Linux. Steam Deck will probably also work really well. We haven't heard from Niels, but Niels, let us know. I'm going to quit out of the game. This was the demo. Let me know if you see areas for improvement, like there's a few that I can name, but this is, I think, a very workable first version of this system, and it looks really amazing. I really want to get this into the hands of builders so they can start experimenting with it. It's a really cool, flexible, dynamic addition to the game. So let me know what you want or what you think of it on the forums, in a private message, maybe as a comment on the YouTube video, and it will be a cool addition. It's planned for the next Angeldust update. Not sure when it will come out, not sure if it will make it into the game in this shape or form, but I think what we have now, what I could show you here, is definitely a nice addition to what we have in the current version of the game. So let me know. Thanks everyone for watching and coming to chat. It was more of a steamrolled autopilot demo, as I posted on the forum. I wanted to show you all of these things because I think it's great to have some sort of documentation or explanation as to how all of these features work together. And I think this demo definitely shows you how to start small and build to something more complex. Crunchy says, see you next time, Frank. See you next time, Crunchy. Probably tomorrow evening, standard time, Angeldust Live. It will be playing the game instead of talking about the game like today. Yeah, so thanks everyone for dropping by. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. Let me know if you have ideas or comments, and I will be back tomorrow, if all goes well, with a regular Angeldust Live, where we actually play the game and hunt for stuff, do the lottery, maybe have some memes. We can revisit those that we had last week as well, because it's not in Angeldust Live until you have the memes. But thanks for watching, and thanks for, well, not playing, but thanks for commenting. That's it for today. I'm going to end the stream here. It was just a 1 hour demo tour of the building features and the new blocks coming to the game and the wireless transmission. I hope you will enjoy it. Grief says you're welcome. Well, thank you for being here, Grief. And I hope to see you all again tomorrow evening with regular Angeldust Live. Thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon. Peace out.